What brought you into the world of dance?
Oh, well, actually, my parents, my mother, for that matter, because she herself used to learn dance and was very interested that her daughter should learn dance as well.
And she learned classical dance.
Classical, yeah. Everything, all the arts that we learned were classical. My father wanted me to learn music, and so I learned Western classical music for something like a good 10 years of my life. My mother was interested in Eastern classical, so I learned Eastern classical dance. And so they introduced me to all these arts.
So you came from a creative family, would I assume?
No, I wouldn't say they were themselves creative. Certainly my father wasn't, because he was a military person.
Oh, so definitely far from creative.
But my mother was. I mean, she was... but they were kind of a generation of people who felt arts and culture were very important for children's upbringing. And so we were called, all of us, me and my siblings, we were exposed to a huge sort of treasure of literature from a very young age.
And you grew up in Karachi, right?
We came to Karachi when I was 13.
Because a military family typically moves
before
around.
that, exactly. We were all over Pakistan.
Right.
Which was absolutely wonderful, because that's one way that we saw almost all the areas of Pakistan and lived there. And so when I was 13, my father was posted to Karachi, and since then we've lived in Karachi. And and I mean, moving in those small towns and small cities was like, we were always so close to nature, and that was wonderful. And wherever my mother went, the first thing she would do is make herself a member of the library there. And in those days, there used to be libraries, which don't exist anymore. So, because there was no computers and all of this, I mean, you couldn't access books on any other way. So we would go to libraries, we would read a lot. I mean, to the extent that we were encouraged to read as much as possible, encouraged to bring out our creativity. Like on birthdays, my mother would say, you read something, why don't you do an enactment of it?
Really?
Yeah, read it out, or do something with it. We want to see what you've understood.
And this was for all your siblings?
Yes.
How many siblings were you?
It's a small family. I'm the middle one, and I have a brother who's a year older and a sister who's 3 years younger. So there were 3 of us only.
Yeah.
But like summer holidays,
Yeah.
cousins and all, we would get together. And so we were always encouraged to do this kind of thing. I also remember, because these are things that I find now so rare, that when it's a friend's birthday, for instance, what would you give as a present? Books. Always books. Every year of my life, I was given a book from my
your birthday
parents.
present.
For a birthday present. And when we would go to our friends, we would give them books. And they, so this is the kind of, this is how they encouraged the creativity in us, I feel.
From day one.
From day one. And exposed us to all the arts. Without saying, hey, this is what you should be doing. Just absorb it all and then see what you want